Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is the first video because I removed all the other ones. I wasn't happy with them. Now I have the time to concentrate and to focus more on online YouTube videos. Okay, this flow is a short but sweet Vinyasa flow. We are starting off in Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. If you feel like this is too much for you, you can bring your legs into a crossed position, into a Sukhasana. Before we start, grab your block if you have one, or a big book can also always help. If this is still too much for the hips, then I recommend you to straighten the legs. Okay. Before we start, we always take a few moments to deepen the breath and to prepare our body and our mind for the practice. So place your hands on your knees, palms facing up. Close your eyes and start by breathing deeply in and out through the nose. The first thing that you do when you want to meditate is by deepening the breath. The more oxygen you have flowing into your blood, the calmer you become. So more oxygen has a direct impact on your nervous system. So it's very important to calm and deepen the breath here. Try to make a few shoulder movements, shoulder circles. Find that straight spine. Relax your belly. And with your eyes closed, try to gaze to the tip of your nose or the space between your eyebrows. This is your drishti, your gaze. It's very important for balance, for focus, to clear your mind. And notice when you keep on gazing towards one specific point, that you're not thinking about something else. You're just there focusing. So during your Vinyasa flow, try to keep on finding that gaze, that drishti. Start by scanning your body. Start with your feet. You can always wiggle a little bit with your toes, feeling that movement. Bring your awareness towards your legs, feel your knees, feel your bum onto the floor, and feel the pressure in your hips, if there is any. Try to observe any sensation in your body. Try to be aware of it. Bring your awareness to your spine and your belly. And when you're breathing, try to let your belly breathe in and out with you. Be aware of noise around you, sounds, aware of your position. Be aware of your mind, everything that's going on. Observe. Relax the muscles that you're not using now. And think about your forehead, eyelids, lips, your cheeks, and the tongue. Let the tongue rest at the bottom of your mouth. Be open for the class. Respect your body, respect your rhythm. And pause whenever you feel like it. You'll do a few more belly breaths. Try to listen to your breath. Use your breath as your anchor to stay present. Slowly bring your hands together. Place your thumbs on your foreheads. Inhale deeply here. Once you exhale, lower your hands, open slowly your eyes, place your hands on your knees. And we can start with the Asana practice, Vinyasa Flow. Okay, we're going to stay in Baddha Konasana or in Sukhasana, so crossed legs is also an option. Place your hands in front of your legs, inhale here, straighten your spine, open your chest, exhale, try to lower from your hips to the ground. Try to go forward and then lowering down to the floor. Don't try to expect too much here, this is only the start of the class, we're not warmed up yet. So give your body the time to stretch and to open up. It's an option to go in and out of the posture. It's normal if it's a little hard in the beginning, especially if it's the first time Vinyasa. Okay, release, slowly come back up. Straighten your legs in front of you, shake your legs. Make room underneath your bum, so remove all the skin. Inhale here. You can stay here or you can place your feet a little wider apart, so a little wider than your hips in a V. I'm gonna inhale here, lengthening the spine, exhaling, folding over my legs. Try to grab your feet, your ankles or your legging. Same thing as before. Always go a little bit up, straightening the spine, exhaling, elbows and shoulders away from the ears. To the front and then down, lowering down to the floor. Same thing here. If you feel like you're bending your legs, try to stay up like this. And by breathing deeply in and out, you will feel that your body will lower a little bit more, or it will feel a little easier. Take a few breaths here. Okay, release, come back up. We're going to find our way to Vinyasa or tabletop position. So fingers wide open, right underneath your shoulders, knees hip-width apart underneath the hips. On your left toe, straighten your right leg up. Inhale here. Place your right foot right next to you. Heel and knee in one line. Same thing as with your hip. So hip high. I'm going to inhale here. And exhale, placing my right hand on my right leg. Left arm over my hands. And don't be scared if you feel like the mat is too thin for you. Take your time to fold your mat. So you create a little more foam underneath your knee. Inhale, palm of the hand is facing down. Exhale, lower. Try to find your gaze to the ceiling. Try to keep your hip above your knee. And one, release. Place your left hand on the mat. Left foot flat on the mat. Right leg, right arm up. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your right arm under your left arm. You will feel that you want to lower with the hips. Go ahead, lower with the hips. Place your right hand on the mat. Right arm. Left arm up or on your mat. You choose. If you feel like you want to stay high with your hips, go ahead. Do whatever feels good for you. Feel a deep stretch. Placing your left hand again on the mat, inhaling, straightening my right arm up. Exhaling, lowering into a child's pose with one leg out. Try to flex your toes up, your right toes. Fingers wide open, prepare yourself. I'm going to inhale, rounding the spine. Exhaling, bringing my right leg up again. You can stay here or you can fold your right leg. With your left arm, I'm going to inhale, bring your left hand up and exhale. Be careful here for your back. It's not easy. You can stay here or you can grab your foot, inhaling and exhaling. Pushing my foot up, opening the chest, finding my drishti, keeping my balance, grabbing the mat if needed. 3, 2, 1. Slowly releasing, placing my 2 hands on the mat. Toes are touching, knees wide apart, lowering into an Uddita Balasana or child's pose. Let your shoulders lower to the mat. Rest on your forehead. Okay, straighten your arms, fingers wide open, prepare yourself. Inhale, rounding the spine, exhaling, Vinyasa tabletop position, on the knees and on your toes. Same thing with your left side. I'm going to inhale and exhale, straightening my left leg up. Placing my left foot on my left side. Again, heel, knee and hip, one line. Arms up, inhaling here. Exhaling, left hand on my leg, right arm above my head. Palm facing down, keeping my hip over my knee. Each time you're inhaling, try to visualize that your spine is getting longer. When you're exhaling, try to find a little more comfort in your posture. 3, 2. Exhaling, placing my right hand on the mat, left arm up, inhaling here. Exhaling, sliding my left arm under my right arm. Again, choose your hip position. If you want to lower, lower. If you want to stay a little higher, do so. Deep stretch in your left leg. Keep your right hand on the mat or above you. Keep on breathing deeply. Listen to your breath. It's grounding. Place placing my right hand again on the mat. Inhaling, bringing that left arm up. Right foot flat on the mat. Exhaling, flexing my left toes up, placing my 2 hands in front of me. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, lowering. Okay, come all the way back up into Vinyasa tabletop position with your left leg up on your right toes. This is going to give you a little more balance to stay in the posture. We're going to go to tiger pose. I'm going to straighten my right arm, bending my left leg. You can stay here or you can grab your foot, finding my drishti, my gaze, inhaling here and exhaling, pushing my leg up, opening the chest. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly releasing, toes touching, knees away from each other, and folding or lowering into a Balasana, child's pose, or with your arms in front of you, or with the arms next to you. You choose. Lower your forehead and your shoulders. Bring your hands in front of the mat. I'm going to inhale, rounding the spine on the toes. Exhale, trying to straighten the legs and trying to float above the mat into Urdhva Mukha. Opening the chest and not like this. Never, always. Shoulders away from the ears. Press. Inhale here and exhale. Go to the Adho Mukha or down dog posture. Step your legs open. Fingers wide open, spine straight, hips high. And if you feel that like there's a lot of tension in your legs, try to place your feet a little wider from each other and bend your legs. Don't be afraid. Okay. Gaze in between your hands. Always look at where you want to go. I'm going to inhale here and exhale, jumping or stepping in between my hands into an Uttanasana. If you want to bend your legs here, go ahead. Halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. If the mat is too low for you, place your hands on your legs. Straight spine, gazing forward, shoulders away from the ears. Hands come together, exhale. Okay. Before we start, find your Samasthiti. So place your 2 feet hip width apart, 2 feet, the 2 fists in between them. Hips a little forward, never like this. Always a little forward, shoulders away from the ears. Hands come together. Drishti, gaze. Toes wide open. Okay, breathe deeply, inhale, arms up, Urdhva Sthasana. Drop the head and the shoulders. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Halfway up, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Palakasana or Chaturanga, plank or Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha, inhale, up. Exhaling, down dog. Deep breath in, big breath out. Look forward, Inhale and exhale. Step or jump into a malasana. So feet at the outside of your hands. Feet 45 degrees on the mat. Hands come together. And if here you're on your toes, which is normal in the beginning, but try to place your feet a little wider away from each other. You'll see that you can lower your heels a little more. The lower your hips, the straighter the spine. It's an active squat, so push with your elbows, your knees away from each other, opening up the hips here. Beautiful posture. There's a lot of tension in the hips, especially for women. So be gentle with yourself, and it starts with in your head. So give yourself the permission to open up here. It's not easy, it's going to require a lot of work, patience. Placing your two hands on the mat. I'm going to inhale and exhaling, straightening the legs, toes facing forwards, Uttanasana fold. Halfway up. Ardha Uttanasana, inhale. Utkatasana, chair pose, exhale. In chair pose, straight spine, never hips to the back, always one line. I'm still seeing my toes over my knees, so if you don't see your toes, it's because your knees are too far away. Try to bring your knees a little back and try to divide your weight between your toes and your heels. Inhale here, gazing up, exhaling, lowering, Uttanasana fold. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, plank or chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha, inhaling. Exhaling, down dog. 3, 2, 1. Big breath in on your left toes. Big breath out. Inhale, bring the right leg up. Ekapada Ardha Mukha. You can open your hips to the right side or down. So hips facing down or to your right side, you choose. Inhale and exhale. Shift your weight over your hands with your left toes. Place your right foot in between your hands, left foot flat on the mat, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Gazing forward, gazing to my right hand, 90 degrees in my right leg, left toes, 45 degrees inside, shoulders above your hips, beautiful posture, 4, 3, 2, 1. Placing my right forearm on my right thigh, left arm over my head, palm facing down. Opening my left side here. Keep on breathing deeply. Ujjayi. Left hand lowers on the mat. Exhale here. Turn your left toes on the ground. Right arm up. Inhale. Gazing up. Gazing to my right middle finger. Straightening that left leg. Lowering my right arm and my left knee onto the mat. Two hands on the ground. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, left foot flat on the mat. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Go to Ardha Hanumanasana or half splits. Flexing your toes up. Inhaling here, straightening the spine, opening the chest, exhaling. Moving from my hips forward and then down to the ground. Gazing to my toes or in front of me. 4. Try to keep that leg straightened. If you're starting to bend, stay a little higher. 3, 2, 1, rounding the spine, inhaling on my toes, exhaling up, Ashta Chandrasana. 3, 2, 1. Hands come together in a fist, left foot flat on the mat, toes turning inwards, hips facing forwards, opening the chest up, exhaling, or you lower above your leg, or you lower with your head to the mat. You choose. Whatever feels good, whatever you need. Humble warrior. 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing, coming back up, inhaling, placing my 2 hands on the mat, exhaling, Balakasana. On your knees or without the knees, inhale and exhale, Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukh up, Child's Pose down. Curl back up, inhale. On your toes, straightening the legs. Exhale, Adho Down Dog. On your right toes, left leg up, inhale. Keep on pushing the head to your foot, opening the hip or squaring the hip to the ground. Inhale here and exhale, push your weight above your hands with your right toes. Placing my left foot on the mat, right foot flat on the mat, toes facing inward again. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Hips facing to my right side. 4, 3, 2, exhaling 1, placing my left hand, left forearm on my leg, right arm up, inhaling, opening up the right side. Hand, my palm always facing down, gazing up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing, placing my right hand on the mat, left arm up on my right toes. Lift your left arm. Try to divide your weight between your two feet and your one hand. Keep your right leg straightened. 2,